Welcome to the Men of the Metaverse podcast. This is a channel where we discuss hot topics in our community. Our focus is to be a positive channel on YouTube and share our perspectives on fundamental issues. Make sure you tune in every week for new videos and join the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And now, here are your hosts, Brandon and Lewis.
See, when I do it like that, it's a little better. Lewis, how you doing?
Looking at your new niece.
Oh, okay, right. I did have a new niece. She's beautiful, healthy. You know, it almost gave me baby fever. You know, my daughter's excited about her. She telling us we need another baby, but we're like, no. Just enjoy it. Enjoy your little cousin and just keep it like that because we that's a big responsibility. And like I say, I feel like my brother is ready for it. He's stepping in the role. He's got everything. He's prepared. He's meticulous. So he's doing a really good job so far. So he's probably watching this too. So shout out to him. He'll watch it at some point. But it's cold outside now. I know he said they took the baby to Target as a family for the that's what I was trying to tell him. I was like, dang, that's quick. She was like, well, we went outside with our daughter real soon too, like a couple of weeks after. I was like, oh yeah, okay. But
this is last week.
This probably been about 2 weeks. But yeah, you gotta get out the house. You gotta because you will go crazy in a house with a newborn. And you need to get some fresh air as a family and start getting acclimated. You know, not being outside too much, but you can get outside, just be protected, wrap up, just be mindful of germs and that kind of stuff. And we've been traveling, so I try not to be me and my wife and my daughter trying to be on the baby too much because it's easy to pass germs to baby. So
I forgot this. One has more experience than the other.
What you mean? Oh, parent wise, okay.
Yes,
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
So one like, yeah, it's cool. I don't want to be like, I don't know.
Right.
But yeah.
And the thing about my brother, he gonna look up stuff and analyze and do all that kind of stuff and just try to go with that. So, like I said, if he's ever has any questions or anything like that, I'm gonna give him some. But how you doing? Like I said, it is colder now. Can you feel that cold? What's it like up that way?
It's hold on. It's 31 degrees, but our 31 degrees is different than South Carolina 31 degrees. I'm drinking some tea.
Okay. It looked like a little
Nah, it's tea.
Okay.
Green tea, black tea.
So you putting your health first. You putting your health first.
And honey.
Are you not under the weather, are you?
And some not Splenda I forgot the name. No. And some sweetener, but not sugar sweetener, like a natural.
Not like sweetener. A Splenda. It's another S word. I'm trying to think. Maybe
yes, Steva.
Oh, sativa, something like that. Something like that. Not the weed, of course, but
yeah.
But anyway, if you want to try to get into,
put your light up, Brandon. Your light is.
I turned it up all the way. It looked like it's not though.
Lord, we may gotta get some the light in the background of yours or something.
I don't know, somebody, because like I say, it does look like it was lighter last time I changed it. Let me see. Let me change did I make it darker? Let's see. No, so see, they not updated, and this is what happened last time I was trying to change it, but they updated they are doing an update with the system. But anyway, not trying to get too much into that. We are nerding out. You nerded out a little bit earlier talking about that photo stuff. Because
you actually ignorant.
You working at CVS in the photo department, and you done.
Brandon, good, Brent. Nah, let's just go to Brandon. Let's just go. Let's just go.
Okay. But before
we go, I can say this.
Go ahead.
Brandon said Walmart got the.
No, I said Kinko's. No, I didn't.
Walmart got the top-notch quality stuff. If you're looking for.
No, I didn't say. I said Kinko's. You go to Kinko's. Somebody that knows what they're doing somewhat. When it comes to printing, but do you know who these two people are? I know you know who one of them is.
One is a young lady that was trying to sue Sean Puffy Combs, and the other one is I guess a social media influence that came up by talking stuff to Kwame Brown, I believe, or something.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Was that's how you came up, ain't it?
Kind of,
but it had nunchucks in the background or something.
Recently, but he got his start because he was speaking out about something that happened to him. He actually got allegedly molested by Africa Bambaataa. You know who Africa Bambaataa is?
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay, it's an old hip hop guy. I can't think of what song he did, but he's one of the pioneers of hip hop. We'll just say that. And
was he a 5-year-old boy? What happened?
No, he wasn't 5 years old, and
How
that's
old was he?
That's kind of what I want to get into. I think he was around 13 years old, maybe. Let's say he was old enough. He knows about body parts, and certain people shouldn't be touching or doing stuff around you, but for some reason, like and kind of same thing goes with Diddy and Cassie. Like certain people, they have a star allure, and you'll let your guard down a little bit with some of the stuff that they do, and you're just so attracted to being around who they are and all that kind of stuff. You'll let some stuff go.
Well, what you mean now? Let your guard down, Brett. How will a person, if you got morals and principles, how will let your guard down?
That's the thing. Sometimes people have morals, but like same thing with R. Kelly. Like some women are so fascinated with the star power of who R. Kelly is, and sometimes they'll do things that they normally won't do for regular people, but they'll let R. Kelly do it, even though they know it's wrong and they know they don't feel right doing it. But
Brandon said women. I say all people.
Right. And you're right. It's all people. And that's kind of why I wanted to have a woman on here and a man, because it does happen to men too. But before we get too deep into that, I do want to talk about what sexual assault is. The term sexual assault refers to sexual contact or behavior that occurs without explicit consent of the victim. So it's when something happens to you that you're not okay with. You didn't give somebody consent to do that.
Now, Brandon, Shannon Sharp said something about Megan Thee Stallion yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He said he'll have Megan Thee Stallion like 1:45, like that.
Okay.
That created a lot of movement on the internet.
Really? Okay.
And then he said it 2 days ago. Mm. And then last night he had to address it because one of the person commented and say he sexually assaulted. Sexually harassed Megan Thee Stallion by saying he'll have her,
and that's a thing. Right,
like 2:45.
Right, and that's what I was gonna say. Like Shannon Sharp says a lot of different things. He was saying something about a corn star. I know people don't want to like to say the real word, but an adult entertainer, and just saying a lot of different things of what they'll do to people. Like. It's okay to say you feel free, you're in your home, but you got to be careful saying certain stuff because people can be offended and it could be taken as sexual harassment, right?
Was that okay? Let's say this. Was that I am a management professional?
Okay, go ahead.
Was that sexual harassment, Brandon?
In my opinion, no, I don't think it was.
Did
but
you
listen,
Did you hear it?
I heard, yeah.
Okay, you heard it in real time with how it was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But listen, we in a new world now. You can be a man and be a female at the same time. It's whatever you feel that you are. So if somebody feels that they're being verbally harassed or sexually harassed, we're just in a climate where we can kind of roll with it. If you feel like you've been assaulted or you feel like you've been harassed, people are going to speak up and it's going to be a crowd of people get behind you. So that's kind of why I wanted to talk about this subject, because people are kind of missing the definition of what it is. And there are real victims. Don't you agree with that?
Yes. And Shannon Sharp say he knows that. That's why he don't open the door for no woman, or he don't be in the elevator with a single woman.
Right.
He don't do those 2 days.
Right. And remember what happened with Michael Irvin when he was talking to that woman in the hotel lobby?
Touch that woman's elbow.
And then boom, what happened? He lost his job, right?
For 10 months, he lost his job.
And his reputation, right? And his reputation will never be like it was before those allegations. So I think black men in particular have to be very careful about what they do. And I think Shannon Sharpe is very smart. I'm not saying nothing is ever going to come about with him, but he knows how this game is played. And he's like, okay, I have money. I'm not saying he's the prize, but he's like, look, I'm a walking bank. So all somebody has to do is, bump into me, or I do something handsy, and I could lose a lot of money. I could lose my businesses, all that kind of stuff. So
yep, he said if I open the door for a woman, that woman said he looked at my butt.
That's all. That's it. That's all right. Because right, it's because it's people waiting to jump onto that and cancel Shannon Sharpe. Why that is, I'm not sure. Are they kind of picking on the black men somewhat? Do you feel like that? Because it happens.
No.
Go ahead.
Brandon misspoken earlier today. What? All men need to look out. This is man.
That's true. That's true.
All man.
That's
beautiful man and wonderful man, Brandon.
That's true. That's true. But if we go back to the last couple of, let's say 10 men, that I'm pretty sure the majority of them have been black men being accused of something. We can start with Bill Cosby. R. Kelly was accused of some stuff. We've seen tapes and all that kind of stuff, and he actually beat it one time, and then they tried him again and found him guilty for whatever they did. I mean, it's a funny trial, but we know something was going on with R. Kelly. I think Trey Songz got some charges. What you was gonna add and say?
Now, Brandon is just speaking to a certain demographic. It's all men.
It is all men.
The governor of New York. What happened to him, Brandon?
Who you talking about?
No,
Giuliani?
No. The one during the pandemic.
Chris Cuomo.
Yes. What happened to him?
He gone.
Okay, his brother at CNN. Right. What happened to him?
Right. He messed his whole family name up.
Okay.
Did he have any allegations?
Weinstein. What happened to Weinstein?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what happened to the other business exec who was hanging with Oprah? What happened to him?
You're right. It does happen to both, but like I say,
oh man,
it does. It's a little tougher to get them to wrangle them out because I think they kind of stand together a little bit. But it does happen to all men. It does happen to the majority of people, of a majority of men.
Now I can say this: sometimes wonderful men get to keep their position till they lose in court.
Right.
You have a guy from the Backstreet Boys. He got allegations on there, and he's on a game commercial.
Which one? Not what, Nick Lachey or something? What you
the one who brother died.
Oh, talking about Nick.
Lance or something. No, the one who brother died. So
recently died? Nick Carter. That's what they talking about. Nick Carter.
Yeah. Okay, well, Brandon is a Backstreet expert, obviously. Backstreet's back.
I was kind of following it, but go ahead. That is our era. I'm not gonna act like I don't know some of that Backstreet Boys stuff.
Even made the T.I. lyrics. He said, "You can't outsell me if you was on NSYNC." You know what I mean? That's his first album. That's his second album. Trap or Die, talking about NSYNC.
Right.
All right, Brandon, we get off track. Go ahead with your stuff.
Right. All right. We're just, like I said, we're just talking about sexual assault and some of the recent cases, but some forms of sexual assault, attempted R-word, fondling or unwanted sexual touching, forcing a victim to perform sexual acts such as oral sex or penetrating the perpetrator's body. Penetration of the victim body also is known as the R-word.
All right, Brandon needs to expand this a little more.
Okay, and how
unwanted sexual touching,
and that's a tricky thing, right?
Take the word sexual out, and that statement is correct. So take sexual out, Brandon. What
unwanted? Okay, but you're right. But should it be that way?
Yes, it should.
So if I'm talking to somebody. If I'm talking to a female and I'll be like, I'm talking with my hands and I'll be like, hey. So
put your hands in your pocket. Or put your hands on your side like this. Don't put them in time to
Why not? But if I'm talking to a man, if I do the same thing, is that sexual harassment?
Yes.
Like I say, nowadays, yes, it is. You're right. So it's whatever that person feels like. And like I said, to keep yourself safe, you keep your hands to yourself. And get consent. Like, it may change the mood up. You might try to be smooth and read body language, but should you read body language and leap into action trying to be romantic, or thinking you're gonna arouse a female? Should you do that?
No, you gotta play you gotta play it safe. I want to see if I find a video, but keep going with your thing.
But like I say, we're in a new world. So some of this older stuff and some of these older guys like Michael Irvin and Shannon Sharp too, like before, like 10 years ago, they might have been all right and doing all kind of stuff and it was okay, but you can't do that same kind of stuff in 2023 because people want their money. They see that money,
Yeah, I want that help the justice.
Right.
I'm trying to get my house paid for.
Right. And if you're not somebody with some status or money, like if I touch somebody accidentally or the wrong way, they may be upset with me. But if Shannon Sharp,
Brandon loses his job, quit playing with.
Okay, well, but it depends on the woman. She may not even care. But if Shannon Sharp does it, she gonna make it a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about the contact that doesn't really cross the line to the R word, but it may make somebody feel uncomfortable because this stuff does happen a lot. But go ahead.
Sometimes a sexual assault can happen once a third person finds out.
That's true too, right? When she cover blown, right. And then you got to make up another story and be like, well, I mean, it did happen, but let me tell you what happened.
I was forced.
Yes, exactly. So
I was intimidated.
Right.
So,
so men...
I said no in my mind. Even though this is our fourth date.
Right. So that does happen. Like women lie, men lie too sometimes. But like I say, there are real victims. But sometimes it is people lying, trying to get themselves out of a situation. You remember that cop that was sleeping with the whole force? Well, not the whole force, but at least 5 guys in the force.
Correct.
Everything was good. No, everything was good until her husband found out.
It did. She was sexually assaulted.
Right, exactly. So, one of the things I want to hammer home is, I know it's hard, and like I said, we can't really tell victims what to do. But if somebody is assaulting you or you feel uncomfortable, you got to speak up when it happens because it just makes you look less credible if you waiting around, and then you get busted on this or. The time is about to run out on something and you're trying to get a lawsuit or you're pressing somebody and now you want to come out in the media. So that's all I'm saying. And who are the perpetrators? The majority of the perpetrators are someone known to the victim. Approximately, I can't say that, 8 out of 10 sexual assaults are committed by someone known to the victim. And we look down at the bottom, Diddy and Cassie. She accused him of sexual assault. They were dating for a long time. Like we didn't really care that much about them as a couple, but it was like, dang, they together, they an item.
12 years.
Yeah. Do you think she was attracted to him? She liked being around him?
Of course.
But
how about the people up top? Who's that up top?
That's Africa Bambaataa. Like I say, one of the pioneers. That's the pioneer of hip hop. I can't remember what song he had. I have to look it up. And this is Hassan Campbell. And like I say, he forced himself onto Hassan Campbell. He did some weird stuff
in this photo.
Yes.
Now these two are grown dope males
right here. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like he assaulted him when he was young, and then he ended up like being underneath him as like a bodyguard and working for him. And then later on, he kind of came out and was like, well, he abused me. And like I say, he said he abused a bunch of people in their projects and he was like a father figure to him. So
that was before the check stopped or while the check was rolling in. Huh? That's how it usually happens.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, everything is cool. And then, y'all breaking up and you're not working with them. And then it sets in and now you want to tell everybody what happened. But you could tell us when it happens so we can kind of help you get out of this situation because he might have been in a situation he didn't want to be in, or he might have been in a situation he kind of wanted to be in. And that's what people say on the internet. They're like, well, they might have been dating and might have been in a relationship. So it's hard to tell what really happened.
Well, now I'm not talking about Puff Daddy, but this guy up here, if you 13, then 15 years later, you 30 something. and you a soldier on the internet, why he didn't soldier up right there?
Right. Well, they say he was protecting him, and he was doing all this stuff for him, and he was fighting and killing and stabbing people for Afrika Bambaataa. So it's a Zulu nation. I don't know if you know what that is, and it's a whole little thing. So
I know about the original Zulus,
but that's what I'm saying. That's what they tied into. Afrika Bambaataa is tied into that. So it's not a cult, but it's a group, and like I say, they was doing some weird stuff. I think I ain't gonna go into the details with that, but it's a lot of funny stuff. And then later on, he came out and saying, "Hey, he sexually abused me." So
I'm gonna let these guys know something. If you 25, 24 years old and up, if a football game is not, if the Super Bowl game is not on or football, y'all don't need to be in the closed room every damn day. All right, that's something wrong with the picture, Brady.
I wasn't gonna say this, but this is one of the details. He said, he'll come into the project rooms, like they had a door closed, right? So
how I knew this.
So he said, sometimes he'll come in the room and he said you can smell, butt in the air, basically. So he already knew what was going on, but like I say. And I think he said there was a book he would give him a book to look at where it had men's private parts in it, and just stuff like that. So was he grooming him and preying on him? Yeah, he was. But if somebody's doing this kind of stuff to you, you need to communicate it with somebody else so we can get you out of that situation.
Brett, this man didn't have no locks on him.
He did.
This woman didn't have no locks on him.
Oh no, didn't. but see, that's the tricky thing. Like, it's easy for certain people to get out of these situations because it's like, oh no, this stuff don't add up. If I'm with you and you beating me or you're sexually abusing me or having other people have sex with me and like just all this kind of stuff, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your star power is. I don't care how much money you have. If I feel uncomfortable, I'm getting out of there. Certain people, go ahead.
Brandon is right, and here's a cold hard fact people fail to realize: is the Brandon prosecutors. What do they love the big fish?
Yeah, for sure.
Why, if you got a big fish who's assaulting you, why not go to a prosecutor and the big fish be a big black fish at the side of that?
And it's the biggest fish in the game. Like this, and it's like, okay, you're scared to come out because you don't think nobody gonna believe you, but then you're gonna come out and everybody's been waiting for you to come out so we can stop him from doing this. So why not come out earlier? But then
they want the big fish,
right? And she wants the payday. You would think she did well. No, I'm not gonna say that, but if you want this stuff to stop so you can move on with your life, the best thing to do is come forward and tell. It might be hard, but she did it, right?
Ain't she married now?
I think so. Like I say, she got somebody, and that she's trying to live happily ever after. But this stuff is in the news. I probably bought, maybe like a month ago, I bought Puff Daddy No Way Out album on vinyl. Just because that was one of my first hip hop albums. I said, shit, I'm gonna get that on vinyl. Now it's not looking like a sound decision, but just because of the things he's done. But can we got to stop putting so much faith into these superstars. We love Diddy, right? He's a regular guy doing God knows what. So we can't champion or glorify these people to the point where we just let them do whatever they want to do. But go ahead.
Now, Brady, you think her husband have anything? Huh? You think he had anything
to do with the law influence with the lawsuit, her getting the money? Yeah, for sure.
I mean, she talked about stuff back in 2018. That how many years ago?
Right. And let me ask you this: does her husband now look anything like Diddy?
Let me see. Let me bring it back to stage. Hold on. Let me bring it back.
Is he an African American man?
I don't know what he is. I didn't bring it up. Hold on. I don't know what he is. Only God knows. But did he have something to do with it? He been jealous?
Yeah, hey,
Because maybe
we could have
sometimes
been in her
people,
ear and be like, look, we could be set for the rest of our life.
people may have to do set it sharp. A quarter to 3,
Right.
and she only do 3:15 with him.
Right.
You know, I'm jealous. Okay, let me shut up. Let me shut
I
up.
get what you're saying. That's
But-
funny. I get what you're saying.
But man on the metaverse, that is true.
What?
Half the time, your girl would do special stuff with other person. She ain't gonna do with you.
Right. And I ain't gonna say she didn't want. So, did you read some of the, or did you hear about some of the stuff Diddy allegedly had her doing? What percent do you think? I mean, like, was she into it at all?
I have no idea, bro. I only go by her testimony. Obviously, no, brother, she wasn't.
Okay, all right.
Per her word, she was in hell the whole time, Brandon.
Okay, all right.
So I could go with hers. I can't tell you she into it.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you this: if my wife is forcing me to do some of this stuff that I don't want to do, I'm gonna let you know so you can try to save me. So let somebody know so they can get you out of this hell. Don't stay in hell thinking it's gonna get better, or you might start enjoying it, or whatever she thought. You know, maybe she just like I say, looked up to Diddy so much she wanted to do whatever he wanted to do.
You ever seen a dog walk to an ass whooping, Brandon?
No, what happened?
So I think that's human nature. So if you know you about to get your ass, if a dog, not a human, if a dog knows about to get hit with something, that dog be on the other side of the room.
Right, hiding. You're right.
But so I think sometimes humans, we may want that.
Yeah, because right.
To it.
Right. Either you kind of like it or you like it because the other person is really into it. Sometimes you'll do stuff or watch stuff. We don't have to be sexual. Lewis, have you ever watched something that you didn't want to watch, but your partner wanted to watch it?
It did, yes, then it turns out to be good as hell.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. So maybe, okay. So, but all I'm saying is, if it's something this serious, if somebody's beating you up or sexually assaulting you, please let somebody know. There's hotlines, all kind of stuff that you could do. Get the ball rolling. Like I said, all you got to do is let somebody know. They'll do the rest. Don't even worry about it. They'll do the rest. The lawyers can't wait to get on, especially if it's a superstar. They can't wait to get on. And if the superstar got melanin in his skin, what is that?
911. I called them today, baby. It's free.
It's free. It is free.
Just don't call and hang. Oh, you could call and hang up,
right?
And they coming to you.
Right.
Just say your name. Call. My name is Chastity. Hang up.
Right.
They go call somebody out, and guess who they go actually speak for?
Who?
Speak to?
Who? You?
Chastity. The person who said their name.
Oh.
So you can't come there and go say, you can't come up here, police.
Right.
Ain't nobody call.
Right.
Sure, okay, you can find out.
But I was gonna say with that, like my wife was in a hotel one time, you know, she got there late, she took off her watch, and she, you know, I don't know if you know about the smartwatch. Sometimes you can do the SOS thing accidentally. So she did that and it started to dial 911, but she cut it off. She said she laid down. Next thing you know, the police called her phone. Like, are you okay? Are you trying to get 911? It's that simple. Even if you hang up, they will call you back. They'll try to figure out what's going on.
Correct. And here's another tip. Before you commit a crime, leave your phone at the house.
And why is that? I know why, but
because they tracking you.
Right. You pinging off towers.
On the phone. They know where you at anyway.
Right. They do. They do.
Yeah, this ain't the 80s no more.
They want to hear you say it, but they know where you at.
Yeah. And your phone don't have to work. Your phone could be zero service. Get a phone you got no service on. Dial 911.
Right. It will. That's what I was gonna say too. Right.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta have no service or nothing, but it'll call 911. Did you want to pull up your
the video?
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is a video I have to watch at least once a year at my current job.
Okay.
It's a good video to teach you how to not get caught up in sexual assault.
Okay.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they go, "Oh my God, I would love a cup of tea. Thank you." Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they're like, I'm not really sure." Then you can make them a cup of tea or not, but be aware that they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important bit, don't make them drink it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you're entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say, "No, thank you," then don't make them tea at all. Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, "Yes, please, that's kind of you." And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone to all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea. They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind in the time it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind, and you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they are unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea, and they can't answer the question, "Do you want tea?" because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea, and they said yes, but in the time it took you to boil the kettle or brew the tea and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down, make sure the unconscious person is safe, and this is the important part again, don't make them drink the tea. They said yes then, sure, but unconscious people don't want tea. If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and then passed out before they'd finished it, don't keep on pouring it down their throat. Take the tea away. Make sure they are safe, because unconscious people don't want tea. Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it, going, "But you wanted tea last week," or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat, going, "But you wanted tea last night." If you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you are able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And on that note, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea.
There you go.
That's a good video.
Don't force people to drink the tea. They have to, well, these are kind of old. They have to be aware to say, yes, I want the tea, or no, I don't want the tea. But today's laws, you don't have to say yes or no. You could feel it like in your mind.
Right. But this is my thing too, like talking about sex and when somebody's drinking. Is it a good idea to have sex with somebody if you've gone out, you're drinking, the person's intoxicated? Should you take them home and have sex with them? Is that too much of a roll of a dice?
You talking about if your wife?
No, dude. Somebody you met out at the club or out at the bar, and then
you met your wife at the bar.
No, I did.
Okay, I know. Okay, I know what you mean.
But I'm just saying,
you that's a risk you may have to take.
But
you may gotta tell them they need to get on top of you.
Right. But even that, they can wake up in the morning and be like, I don't feel right doing this. I didn't want to do this. So all I'm saying is men are in a sticky situation.
Oh, okay. Let's give them the legal advice. No, they've been intoxicated. An intoxicated person can't say what they want.
That's a good point.
For example, intoxicated person, if they say, okay, how I'm gonna put this? A intoxicated person can't make judgment on their sexual activities. Mm-hmm. They can't be held accountable.
Right.
But intoxicated person can be held accountable if they get behind the wheel. What's the difference? Both of them accident.
Right.
But I'm not saying that's a
good point. You could have people made that argument in court because that's a good argument to make. It's like, I can't be responsible for what happens if I'm drinking and I have sex with somebody. Like, you throw all of that away. But if I get behind the wheel and something happens, I should be awarded that same grace and be like, just forgive me because I was behind the wheel. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just, it don't work that way.
It don't work that way. And I didn't want to use the gender, but was involved. It don't work that way. But no, if a lady is intoxicated and she cannot make professional adult decisions to herself.
But and what about men? Do you think if a man woke up and he had sex with a woman, he was like, dang, I didn't want this to happen. Do you think there are men that do that? They like, well, let me file charges on her or men are just always in control of sex like that?
Nah, they can't. Some man probably do that. Some man probably call herpes or something. Say, hey, she did this to me. I didn't know she got it.
Right. Or in the case of Hassan Campbell and Africa Bambaataa, if a man is doing something like that, I'm just surprised you didn't know that's where that stemmed from. Like he got famous because of that, and he was supposed to be fighting for, I guess, victims who've been molested and abused like that. That's how it kind of started. But then
start talking about Kwame Brown,
going at Kwame Brown and Illuminati and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Man, the man is cross-eyed. How you talk about Illuminati, man? Huh?
Right. And you saw he got shot recently too. So it's just a lot.
He actually got shot.
Well, we don't know. People don't know because they didn't show that part, and he went to the hospital and had a bullet. But it's a lot of stuff that people are interested with him on the internet. But
I knew he was somebody was throwing bottles.
Yeah, he went to the.
Yeah, people want to sucker punch it.
Right.
That's what they want to do. Brandon, are your slides finished?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about the other thing later, but yeah, I want to jump into this.
All right. Now, this is for educational purpose only.
Okay.
This is about situation awareness when it comes to sexual harassment and sexual assault. This is for education purpose only. Brandon, do you know the people in this photo? I ask you all the time, but do you know the people in this photo?
I see Bill Cosby.
Okay.
The Playboy Bunny dude. What's his
Hugh
name?
Hefner.
Hugh Hefner. That's you on the end. Oh, you Lewis. What was that like?
Hannah Montana.
Okay.
All right. Let's put yourself in my shoes, Brandon.
Okay.
We in a hotel room, bedroom.
Okay.
all these 4 people are in the bedroom.
Okay. I walk in and see these 4 people in.
No. This is me.
Okay. I'm A. Is that what you're
You
saying?
A. Yes.
Okay. And these other 3 people in the room too.
These 3 people are in the hotel bedroom at 2 a.m.
Okay.
What do I need to do, Brandon? Huh?
Well, you really need to leave. I think B, it looks like she might be underage. So
don't put that. Don't put that. Trying to get on top of back down. Nah.
Okay. Well, she's an adult. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you think I need to leave?
You probably need to leave.
Why is that?
Well, it's 2 men in the room with 1 female, and it's after hours. So, and it's a bedroom behind you. So, I mean, it's a bed behind you. So,
okay.
Eventually, they may be trying to head to the bed. And like I said, if that woman is still in the room with these guys, I'm thinking she's okay with what's coming next, because she could easily leave, right?
She could. But
it's getting late, and she's like, well, I may want to stay. If she ain't got her keys in her hand, like she ready to leave soon, she may want to stay. And Hugh Hefner is known for being around a lot of women, not having a lot of clothes on, and he's a celebrity, right? Bill Cosby's a celebrity too. Likes to have fun.
What Bill Cosby known for?
Well, I'm not gonna say he's known for, but he's a
we know for
Bill Cosby. Let's start with some positive stuff. Bill Cosby did a show, Fat Albert, but he also did some Quaalude stuff, parties, putting stuff in people's drinks. Allegedly.
No, don't lie, don't come up here say that
well,
stuff. No,
what stuff? But that's what I thought
you said. Allegedly, no, he's a party guy.
Okay, he's a party guy.
He's a party guy. and people do things at parties.
They do.
All right, don't talk about poison on people. Come on.
I didn't say he poisoned people. I didn't say that. I say he put something in somebody's drink. But
you got a picture.
I don't.
Camera him doing it.
But that's what I said. I don't think he's known for that. You try to act like he's known for having
20 drinks on the counter. Anybody can walk by, put something in there. Why are you pointing to him?
Because he's got the most money.
20 drinks on the counter. And back then, people didn't hold drinks. They drank off each other.
Right,
So
you're
20
right. And all of them lined up, like you say, they'll be turn around, dance a little bit, come back, get your drink, and head back to the dance floor.
And why you put the ball here? All right, so Brandon said young Lewis need to leave the room. I agree with him. All right, let's see what the next scenario. All right, Brandon. Okay, Brandon? We at the Ritz-Carlton.
Okay.
New York, New York.
Okay.
It is 11:05 p.m. To make this scene, if you don't want the headlines, the news headlines, to be the curate of story, who can leave and who can stay?
Dwight Howard has to leave if you don't want this to make, because Royce, that's his baby mother. I think that's Kitty or whoever, one of them people that identify as a woman now. I'm not sure who A is.
Well, but, we know.
Yeah.
So as
long as the wife's not here, you won't even know this night took place. But if you add an ex-NBA player who was a millionaire, he's got cachet. He's an NBA champion, actually.
So Dwight should have enough discernment to remove himself out this picture.
Yeah.
See, Brandon, here's another. Now, here's what I say.
Okay.
I say remove A and remove B.
Okay.
And you won't have no problems.
You won't. He won't have a. But Dwight may not have fun that night. He may.
But you won't have no. I said the news problems.
Okay. Are you right?
But you don't know what fun. You don't tell what fun he gonna have.
Well, Dwight, right?
So if Brandon was correct and I was correct, if Dwight Howard don't want to make no news, he'll remove himself from the room.
But let me ask you this:
and B from the room.
But let me ask you this: maybe Dwight's like, I shouldn't even have. It's just 3 women. I got 3 women and me. I shouldn't make the news for that. Right?
That's still headline. 3 women in the bedroom, Brandon.
That does happen though, and
at 11:52 at night.
Okay, that's a fair point, but I think if these, I ain't about to go. I'm not going to go there. I'm not about to do it. I ain't about to do it, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, I ain't gonna do it. I was
discernment, man. This educational purpose. What should you do to create no drama on you? Less drama. How about this one, Brandon? Now, you at Puff Daddy's house, his mansion. You got Puff Daddy, you have the young lady, Cassidy, and you got 7 brothers with their shirts off.
Right.
In the bedroom.
Oh, okay. Well, see, now it's different. If it was this in the house,
you see the bedroom in the background, right?
Right, correct.
Who should remove who should stay or who should remove itself to create no scenes? What should happen, Brandon?
A has to go.
There you go. You see how discernment and education you always win. I agree with Brandon. A has to be removed. A has to go, or B has to go, but they can't be there together.
Can't be there together.
All right. We in Memphis, Tennessee, Brandon. Okay. We're at the Motel 8, no, Super 8.
Oh, Lord.
Bedroom, a box of pills on the counter, and some $10 vodka. You have me, you have Glorilla, you have a damn goat, and you have Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, is that who that is? Okay, I see it now.
Okay, if you was Glorilla, Brandon, who would stay or who would be removed? You are Glorilla.
You would have to remove the goat because
that's a good choice.
Because you don't want nobody to kick the door in, and y'all got pills, and you got a goat in here. You got bestiality going on in here. You don't want that to be the headline.
All right.
Ozzy Osbourne can stay, like I say, and you can stay. That'll be a little. No,
where's you crazy?
But listen. That'll be a lot. But I'm just saying, if I had to choose one person, you didn't say I could check out somebody.
No. I said you are Glorilla. you could remove or keep anybody in this room as Glorilla. The news cameras are at the front door.
Okay, well, C and D have to go then.
C and D. Okay. Oh, so thank you, Brandon. At least show me
I
some
thought-
respect. We won't
I
have
thought you
no.
saying. I thought you said I had to pick one.
No, you can pick anybody.
Okay.
So C and D why C and D has to go, brother? For
Just
Glorilla
because-
to be
Just
cool.
because we like I say, we want Glorilla just to have one sexual partner in a room. You know, that's normal. That's a normal thing.
we didn't say
when-
sexual partner. We just
Well,
said just in
just-
the room,
Right, well, there you go. Just in the room.
bedroom.
But when you add in different people and all kind of stuff, it just starts to turn into something else. Do you agree with that?
I agree. Now put yourself in my shoes, Brandon. At my current state right now,
Mm-hmm.
what should I do in this picture? Who should go or who should leave?
Everybody should leave.
There
And
you go.
get
That's
you a good
answer.
night's sleep.
You see, that's a good answer, guys. People know what's going on. I mean, if this happens,
Smart people know what's going on.
yes, I can see if a person like drug you, but how many times can you get drugged over a decade?
You're right.
You know, so
And
people
keep
know
going
what's
back
on.
and keep going back, you know.
And keep going back. You think let's imagine we in this bedroom. I wake up in the middle of the night, all my
Mhm.
clothes on. I see B, C, and D getting it on.
You just gonna lay there and watch it. Just
Am I gonna lay
drift back
down
to
and wait?
sleep.
Or I go roll up out.
Right, roll up out of there.
Would I come back to see a round two, Brandon?
I wouldn't think you would.
There you go. You gotta have people have discernment. They know the things they like, they know the things they don't like.
Right.
So-
And we gotta tread lightly because there's people be so in their emotions, especially when it comes to R. Kelly. But same thing with R. Kelly. The people felt like they were hostage and like you I don't know, man. People have a psychological lock on some people and they make them feel like they're stuck. You have the freedom to leave. But y'all
Don't you,
Go ahead.
Brandon?
go ahead.
Ain't R. Kelly locked some of them doors?
Okay, but not everybody does. Because some of them girls, remember they was at the end, they was living in a hotel like that he was paying for, and they wasn't answering the phone with their parents calling and stuff like that. Once somebody has a control over you like that, I mean, it's nothing you could do. But like, don't get to that stage. Like, look at the signs. Like, when you see somebody and they got a history of stuff, or they hitting you or talking to you a certain way, that's only going to lead to more stuff, and they're working on molding you and they're grooming you, and you're gonna be under their control.
Yeah. And just use your brain, because you ain't go come out look. Oh damn, I got some more in here. Brandon, we got Myrtle Beach.
Right.
My
current home.
We got a condominium, a bed in the back. You got Lewis, Brandon, and Eric. What should Brandon do in this case? And
let me ask you this.
A is a woman.
But that's one part of it. But if she identifies, well, not gonna say identifies, but if she's attracted to the same thing we're attracted to, we can be in the same room.
It's a bedroom, Brandon.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. But we don't need to be in there together.
Okay. What would Brandon do in this case?
I'll be out of there. But listen,
So you
Huh?
gonna leave me and Eric up in there?
No, we all gonna be heading out of there. But unless it's one of those studs and they feel like they one of the boys. Do you that
Closed door bedroom, Brandon?
But what if we at the beach and she got a bed, I got a bed, you got a bed?
Look at the picture. One bed.
Okay, well, no.
The door is closed.
Okay, no,
All
we
right.
got to get out of there.
She may be identified as a man, but she still got a cootie cat.
Right, you're right.
And that's still 3 guys in the bedroom with the door closed.
And that's a problem.
All right. All right. We at the nightclub.
Okay.
I'm dancing in the nightclub. I see these two guys come in the back door. What should I do, brother?
You should leave.
Why?
Because they're looking for people to rob. You got a suit on. You look like you may have a nice watch. You may not be able to fight. Sometimes
Fossil watch. I still got it over here. Got it right over there.
Right. Sometimes people looking for somebody preppy or somebody dressed up. They may think they're an easier target than somebody dressed like them.
So Brandon, so in my $90 suit, we came with 2 shirts and 2 ties.
And you got the hat on, so
That's my granddaddy hat. So I looking preppy in $100 suit.
You looking like an easy target. They feel like they may be able to rob you easier than somebody else.
Back then, they better have a gun because I was in shape then.
Right.
You better have something coming out. All right, audience. I've been in this situation before a lot. You've been in places and you see somebody come through or somebody about to start some stuff.
Yeah.
I left Brandon and our friend at the beach.
When was this?
And next thing you know, they called me and said one of our friends got arrested.
Right.
You know, I remember saying, ain't nothing out here. I'm going back.
You're right. And what we say, nah.
I mean, the police was carting people off the road. Why I want to be there.
And what do? We breaking the law. We turn the music way up. And you know they was getting to the point where they was like, all right, we're tired of all the noise. So we're gonna be extra hard on whoever we see doing too much with their noise. And our friend had 415s at the time in a small car. So as soon as we was coming down, they got us. And I had to call you.
Okay, wait. Brandon, let me tell you this now. At that time, they shut down the strip at like 12 o'clock. And they had everybody go in like in one line. They like, you know how 2 lanes on one side, 2 lanes up. They shut it down to one line. Why y'all was still down there cranking your music up?
Hey man, we was you know how them songs be hitting. You want to ride down, make sure everybody see you one more time. You know, you want to make sure everybody's seeing you. You know, they make sure everybody heard you. Even though we did it all night. He was like, I'm tired. I'm about to call it a night because we could do it again tomorrow, right? We could have did it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But now what we want to do, we want to ride down one more time.
And Brandon called me, and what did I say, Brandon? You remember?
What'd you say?
At the beginning, I thought I said, lift his ass up in there.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
And then like, nah, Louis, you can't. And what we had to pay
$100 probably, yeah. And you know, remember Eric, his eyes was always looking red.
Yeah.
So he looked like he was doing some drugs or something. So they pulled him over, and you know he'd be aggressive with the police anyway. So they was like, "Yeah, we take his ass to jail."
He was aggressive.
No, I ain't saying that, but you know he's not super compliant. I can't really remember, but he didn't do anything. But you know, usually he's kind of he'll give the police kickback. I mean, pushback a little bit.
Yeah, the wonderful.
But he wasn't. Kickback. He wasn't. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't how I do. I'm like, "Oh, how you doing, sir?" You know, I try to work with him a little bit, but all they saw was my eyes looking red. That music was too loud. Y'all, he going to jail. Put his ass in the drunk tank. That's what they said. I was like,
hey, he wasn't drinking.
He wasn't drinking.
He wasn't on no drugs.
No.
He had loud music.
That was it. And you know what? You know what it was? What?
They had towed his car.
But you know what it was? I think they told us to turn it down one time, and we came back around or whatever. You know, you like, I'll turn it down, but as soon as you get away, turn that thing right back up. And that's how they got us. That's what it was. And he tried to turn it down real quick when he saw it roll up, but it was too late.
They rolled up on bikes.
Yeah, they rolled up on bikes. That's how
okay.
So that's what happened. That's simple. They looked at his face. That was it.
Audience, this was in Myrtle Beach. It was probably between 12 and 1 o'clock. The commercial area, people trying to go to sleep, and they used to shut the strip down around about 12 or 1 o'clock to keep people off because that was first week. So a lot of people want to be out hollering up. So,
but you know how they do now, real quick. I ain't trying to do it too much, but now they shut down and you can only drive one side. So you drive one side, come all the way around. You be on Kings Highway and loop back around and just do one side. That's how.
Oh, so it's a one way now.
It's a one way.
Okay, you see, they was cracking down. When me and Brandon 20 years ago, they had two lanes on both sides, and they shut it down to one lane,
and people walking and coming through all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, I ain't gonna say it was like Freaknik, but it was definitely wilder than it was maybe 5 years after we graduated high school and we went down there. Like, it gradually got less and less, but it was pretty wild. Did we have cell phones? We didn't have like camera phones. Like, people had.
I had a cell phone. I didn't have a camera phone. I got a camera phone that following year.
Yeah, I think I remember developing some of them pictures. Like, it had a disposable camera, so that's how we was taking pictures. That's how long ago it was.
Well, I don't got none of them pictures you talking about.
I got some, and I was gonna send you some of them. Maybe like a couple weeks ago. I was like, damn, Lou's probably already got these pictures. One of them, you got one of them. That one right there was from the beach.
Yeah, right, you're right. That one was from the beach. Yeah,
but that's the one I have. I have this one and a couple of other ones. But yeah.
Okay, I may have the ones with my car in it.
Yeah, ones with your car in it. But yeah.
But guys, I've been in a situation. I seen people came in a room. I said, "Ain't no good could come from this. I'm rolling out."
Yeah. So and that's a smart decision.
You're right. And now, back then, they came in the room to fight, and then it could be gunshots. Now they come in the room just to gunshot.
Right.
You know,
and it's okay to call it a night, because you can always go back out another night. Like, sometimes that your intuition will tell you, you know what, it's time to go. I have a funny feeling something about to happen, and usually you're right.
And if you was the man back then, you could go home to some girls, to a girl, some drink, and some marijuana. Right. So you had a good time at the house.
Right. Anyway, right. Like I say, some people go out just to be seen, though. But you've already been seen, and like I say, with the same thing with me and Eric, we was riding around they already saw us. We should just came on in. We do it tomorrow, but now we want to stay out a little longer.
And it costs us $175.
Right.
Yep. Most people don't got $175 in their pocket today, and this was in 2002.
You're right, which is crazy.
For real. All right, Brandon, I don't got nothing else.
Nah, we ain't got too much. So what do you think about this before we go? This real quick. And this is a tough thing, because as a parent, what you want to do as a parent, you want to give your kids the life you want to have them easier than you did, but it can backfire on you too. So what are your feelings about this? T.I.
is one of my favorite rappers.
Mm-hmm.
He rapped about his kids in his first couple of albums, a couple of verses. Like, every single album, I'm setting up for my kids, or I'm trying to do better for my kids.
Right.
Most of his kids, I think, turned out pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones he had with Tiny, and this guy right here, he said he wasn't born with a silver spoon.
Mm-hmm.
He stand on business, and he know the hood. I can show you a bando right now.
Right.
And that's called snitching on lies.
Correct.
And
Correct.
I don't know if bandos even exist anymore, Brandon. Do bandos really exist, Brandon, anymore?
It might be some in Atlanta, sadly enough, but not really. Not
no
really.
Definition of bando. This may be guys in there playing PlayStation and drinking.
Right.
Back in the day, bandos, crack cocaine was getting served out of there.
It's not like that no more. Just imagine, like, the police don't know it's a place where drugs at right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you doing drugs like that and selling it and moving it, it's gonna be tough to have it in an abandoned building, abandoned place, without the police knowing and trying to kick that spot in.
Well, Brandon, the place ain't gonna be abandoned, Brandon. It's be run down.
Well, that's what the quote unquote bando is. But like I say, if it's gonna be abandoned, it's gonna be what it is, and police are gonna be on top of that. I think the police game and their technology has come a long way. Like I said, they watch social media, they know what's going on. They could bust you, but they're trying to get bigger fish. So sometimes they know what you're doing, they let you do it so they can try to get the bigger fish.
And what kind of drugs are on the streets now, Brandon?
pills.
You're right. I rarely see a person get caught with crack. It just be like
It's rare. This happens.
It'd be
But,
too little. It'd be some marijuana. It'd be
Right.
3 rocks
right.
and some fentanyl now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So do
Yeah.
you think, because I'm not a drug expert, but would somebody want to get high? Would they rather do a Percocet or some of these other pills? It's just easier than doing something like crack, or what do you think?
Well,
Why did it phase itself out?
You gotta remember, to do crack, you gotta be tough, man. You gotta be tough and full of energy.
You're right.
So you take that bowl.
Right.
Damn, I gotta do something.
right.
But
I
now
don't
you
think
take that
this young.
pill.
Right. That's right. I don't think this generation, this young kids can do these hard drugs like that, like heroin and stuff like that. No, I don't.
No, they can. No. Heroin the same thing as them pills. Heroin, you do that
for sure.
Then you be.
I don't think. I think those kids be scared to stick themselves with a needle. Like that take a different type of person.
Well, that's why they do the pills.
Mm.
You know, they do the pharmacy made stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
And then once they run out of money for the pills or don't get hooked, see, people go from pills to heroin.
Mm.
You know, they usually don't go to heroin to pills.
Right. You're right.
So yeah, but yeah, kids.
But
they ain't gonna do no
King. No, they ain't gonna do. But do you think King was selling drugs like his father? He was standing on business. You know, people should fear him. His name hold weight in the street. I think that's one of the things he said. He was like, you can put me anywhere, and I'm standing on business. You know, I can hold my own. People respect me. Do they respect him or do they respect T.I.?
I bet if King goes to jail, they respect them red lips. He don't know that.
Right.
He don't know if he walked through that when they put the stuff up your butt. Yeah, Type come on out, they see them red lips and that long hair.
Right.
I can't. No, I like T.I. so much, but I'm not disrespecting him.
Right.
But T.I. know his son got red lips,
and we're not trying to call him a red bone, nothing like that. But that's what people think. They looking for somebody light skinned, like say red lips, because they're not gonna see a female in there unless it's the guards. So they're like, shoot, this is the next best thing. Not saying it's right, but that's the mentality of a person that's locked up sometimes.
I was watching the show 60 Day In when former criminals have to do 60 days in jail.
Oh yeah, okay.
They let a trans woman in the male's jail. Those guys was about to go crazy, bro. All of them. Oh my God, look at that.
Right. Now I agree too. I don't agree, but yeah, I can see that them feeling that way because they're like, all I see is dudes. So the closest thing to a female, I may be like, all right, that's what they're thinking. They like, look, I have to do what I got to do in here. Not saying that's what I would do, but that's how they thinking.
The man who was on the show, he said, man, they can't let her. They said that man gonna get killed up in here. Because he come in there looking like a girl, had long hair and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, but I think that's what T.I. He's like, look, you don't have to be this way, but you have money, you have opportunity, you have all these things, but what you don't have is being poor, being in the hood, and some people want that. That's a value to some certain people. It shouldn't be. Some people want to struggle. Some people want to feel like they had a rough childhood, but you can do that when you come from a place of privilege.
Yeah, he can. It's unfortunately having a rough childhood makes you credibility in a lot of classes in the Black demographic. But this guy, he wanted to stay at his grandma's house, the wonderful grandma house, because he probably could run her over.
Yeah.
A few years ago, he was dressed like a Gothic person.
Yeah, he still kind of got that going on, but yeah, you can't do a golf look and have that kind of music, and then you want to switch over and you stand on business and you ready to fight and do all this stuff. But he didn't have a silver spoon like T. I'm not saying T.I. was a millionaire when his first 2 albums were out, but
he was fine.
Yeah, he was doing good. And he was on his way. So
listen to T.I.'s second album, Rubber Band Man.
Is that I'm Serious?
No, second album, Trap Music.
Trap music. Yeah. Okay.
He was talking about Rubber Band Man. Worth
he was going up. Mhm.
A $250,000. Most people don't have $250,000 now, brother.
Right. Right. So he was making 6 figures probably on maybe. Well, I say, yeah. I agree. Yeah. I agree. He had beats from Pharrell on his first album, and his second album, David Banner, had them big songs, and he was probably on tour doing a lot of stuff. So I'm sure he was getting some money. I will say that.
And $100,000 house in Atlanta was a mansion back then.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
And he, worth a couple $100,000. Shit, he was fine.
And like you say, a lot of his other kids, they turned out to be, good head on the shoulder. I think T.I. has a lot of great advice. I just think King didn't take the advice, and he wants to do it on his own. He wants to be defiant, and I think he was fighting at a Waffle House one time. He's done a lot of different things. Like, we want him to get, out of his father's shadow, because I think that's what some of this is. But you got to listen to your dad. You got a great dad. Like, a lot of people don't have a father like that in their life. So don't fight him. Work with him. And that's
his dad a little too soft on him.
He might be.
His dad didn't let him get beat up. Don't get hurt.
But
beat up.
So do you think you would be able to do that as a father? Let your son get beat up, or get hurt
in a fair fight.
Okay, but
that's how you learn.
But it's hard to control that kind of stuff, and I think he's worried about that. He don't want to see him get hurt. But at this point, if you fighting me on live and going back and forth with me and your mama, that might be the next step that he needs.
And how old is King now?
I don't know. He is
18, 19.
That's what I'm about to say. He's not 21. I don't think he's 21.
So
ain't that much time went by.
He haven't faced his match yet, but he keep running the mouth. They gonna teach him.
Right, they gonna knock them big teeth out of his mouth.
He ain't gonna turn. He ain't gonna turn the tipster because he don't know nobody. So he gonna do the time.
Right.
But T.I. do got some leverage. He got the affordable houses, so he's smart.
Get it affordable houses.
Yeah. See, with Boosie messed up. Boosie need to start talking to the mayor stuff. Donate money to the police department.
Right.
Any city I live in, I donate money to the police department.
Right.
And tell them I drive a black car with this sticker on the back. Don't pull me over. I ain't hurting nobody. Don't pull my car over.
Right.
And what do you think the police gonna do, brother?
Pull you over. They gonna pull you over.
No, they ain't.
But it's always that one cop. It's always gonna be that. Okay,
not when the captain said T.I. Boosie donated $200,000 to the department. He ain't getting pulled over.
You're right. Or if he does, it'll get handled. It'll get handled. I'll say that.
Yeah, the police will get transferred. Yeah. You see, they don't know the game. I'll be buying these people.
Right.
Shoot, police department said, "Damn, we got 200. We make it give out bonuses or something."
Yeah, you're right.
Gift card? No, they won't do both. They do gift cards or something. Yeah, that's what I do. Pay out.
And like I say, some of them may do that kind of stuff. If anybody did, it'd be T.I. I know. What's the name?
Master P does it. Master P will do it.
But you have to play that game. I think Lil Durk was talking with the mayor and doing like events and stuff, trying to help the city, quote unquote. But you got to do that kind of stuff to help yourself stay out of jail and stay away from some of these charges, because those people move with an entourage and they have illegal stuff on them a lot of times. So you do need favor from the police to keep you free, keep your people free.
You remember when I told you Erica Williams' child, how he or she gonna end up?
What you mean?
In LA, single parent. They say the bathtub. The king is king.
It'll be the same kind of way.
Nah, if he goes past marijuana, he'd be in the bathtub too.
Well, why? Why do you think that is? Do you think he got a bad life?
No, he probably had a decent life.
So what's the problem? Why we can't have resolution? Is he wanted
to be acknowledged like his dad. He want to be his dad, bigger than his daddy.
Well, you have to do the work. It don't happen over
the work. LeBron can't be bigger than LeBron James.
He can't. But what you can do is do the work. Just like LeBron, at one point he thought maybe I could be bigger than Jordan. we might have not thought that was ever going to be a conversation, but if you want to do it, you got to do it. T.I. came out. He said he was the king of the South. He started rapping, putting his work in. King has to do it. I think a lot of people want to just talk about it and not do the work. Where's his music? I think they were saying he dropped a song, maybe trying to diss his dad. I'm not sure, but if you want to be bigger than your dad, you're going to have to start rapping or out rapping your dad.
How can you diss your dad? You getting all this money off his dad.
Easy. People do it all the time. They go against, like I say, your parents will be paying your bills, they feeding you, and you'll get disrespected by your kids. The people get disrespected by the kids all the time. They say the parents get told by the kids, you don't do nothing for me, when you literally do everything for your kids.
Well, Brandon, what you gonna do when your daughter tell you that, if she tell you that?
What am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna just, she's clearly lost her mind, because like I say, we're literally paying your bills. We're literally taking care of you. You're going all these places, having all these fun. We're present in your life. If you're trying to say we're not here for you, show me when we weren't there for you.
No, you can't do that. What your wife gonna do? That's a daughter. What your wife gonna do?
They might have to have a fist fight. I don't know.
They ain't got no fist fight.
But I don't know. You would just hope you don't get there. And like I say, it was probably signs that King was going to be heading this way and being defiant, but because he said his dad was lying on him, like he ain't really grow up that way. So either T.I. is lying or King is lying.
Tiny said he wanted to stay at her mama house. We all know why. Because he could suck on that pacifier to 20. That sound like that's something you can't make up.
Right.
It may be between 8 and 10, but that's
right. And it's funny because it started off, they were just joking with each other, going back and forth. Like I said, you're not hood, you didn't have roaches on your face or whatever, and that's fine. Just take the jokes and be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be privileged where you didn't have to have a roach on your face, or didn't have to grow up in the projects.
And you see his overbite? That's proof that pacifier
right.
Push that front T off.
Right. And they rest their case. It's not like we can't prove that what they're saying is true. They were there. You was a child, so you don't really understand what happened like that. You know, but you're trying to deny it. So you just have to bow out gracefully. You can't fight your parents, especially when they gave you everything, and you wouldn't be where you are if it wasn't for them.
Brandon, you ever had to sleep in a house with roaches in it?
Have I ever slept in a house with roaches in it?
And in your mind, you said, I know it's roaches in the house.
Yes, I have.
This?
Well, I ain't gonna say when or where, but
okay.
And I have, I'm not saying whatsoever that I had a rough life or we grew up poor or anything like that, because I haven't. We for the most part, we was always middle class, but yeah, I have had an instance where I woke up and it was a roach on my leg.
No. What? I mean, have you went into a house and said, "Dog, I gotta sleep here today"? And I know it's roaches here. No. I said I went in the house. I slept in the house like that before. I sleep with my mouth closed. Now it was never my parents' house, but I sleep with my mouth closed.
Right.
And when I say roaches, I mean you could find them. If you wanted to find one in 2 minutes, you could, or 5 minutes.
Right. But I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna tell you about this, and I'm gonna laugh. But you remember that place I had in Charlotte when we moved in?
Yeah.
Because if you're in an apartment, somebody could have roaches, and if they're next door to you, you're gonna have roaches too. So when we first moved in, we had roaches, and we had to call the exterminator to kind of get rid of them. But you'll be in there sitting on the couch, and they say, "No, a roach sitting right beside you in there."
And then when the exterminator came in, they sprayed. The next day, for the next week, dead roaches be in the middle of the floor.
Right. Or you open the can, it's a dead roach. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like that. And like I say, it's gonna be some roaches. It's hard to go to sleep. You just try to do your best and pray a roach don't go in your ear, or just those kind of things. This is what you got to think about. So
you do what black people do from the hood. They call them water bugs. They ain't no water bugs though. Ain't no damn water bugs.
Right.
Roaches, you got a few style of roaches. You got the big ones, you got the small ones, and you got the medium ones.
Right.
Brandon,
I'm not trying to the big ones to me, but listen, that's what
you wrong.
Well, I'm talking about to me, but go ahead. Why you say, which one you say?
Those small ones. Because
Why?
you get the small ones, they be everywhere. So
right. That's what I say. If I see a small one, I know it's a lot of babies and it's gonna be it's a lot of roaches. But if I see a big one, I'm like, oh, okay. I may have a handle on this if I kill
a big one, you just may see 1 or 2.
You're
Those
right.
small ones, you can see about 50 of them
right.
somewhere else.
Right. And you know, I ain't trying to put my mom on blast, but my mama said that one time. Tell me, oh baby, that they ain't no, that's a Carolina water bug. I said,
That's
I was
what,
like, oh, okay, mom.
that's what she said.
I was like, I think I said, dang, was that a roach? I was like, nah, that was a Carolina water bug.
Said, okay, let me hold on. Let me see. Yeah, ma'am.
Wait, click on that one. Yeah, please click on that.
See right here. See that American? See, we see this one. This one.
Right.
We
Wait, can you make it bigger? Please make it bigger so we can
like it. Okay, I can make it bigger. Hold on. Let me do it this way.
And you're not gonna get this type of breakdown anywhere else on YouTube. This is only the Men of the Metaverse, where we talk about the real stuff, the real issues facing people in our community.
It's this right here. I could tell you. I go bring them up. Brandon talking about the big ones, the bad ones.
Well, I don't like to see. I don't like the. You're right. I don't like to see the big ones, but I know I'm safe because it's not gonna be a bunch of them. But when I see the medium ones like this in the middle,
right here,
right, and I don't think I've seen the first American one in the middle, and I've seen the Oriental one too.
You seen the Oriental?
That the one in the middle, the small one. No, I'm saying in the line two, the small.
Okay,
the
yeah, I seen that. I seen this. Now these guys used to be outside under some wood or something.
Right.
But if you got these up in your houses, oh Lord, I won't eat nothing.
Why you say that,
Brandon? They could get in canned food, Brandon. They that small. They could get anywhere. They can get in canned food. You got to put all your food in the refrigerator. You know, shit, man. I used to, Brandon.
But this is what King wants. King wants this lifestyle. He want to experience the problems in lower class, and middle class, because he's not middle class either. He's upper class. He want these problems
because you could come home. Did you check your clothes out before you came in the house?
Right. And you got to worry about whether you took a roach to school in your book bag, and when you open your book bag, a roach gonna come out of it.
Oh Lord. You know, and the crazy part, now you said you saw the big one.
No, just the one in the middle. Yeah,
I only seen that. I went. Right. How this one get into that? I ain't never seen this.
I don't think it make it. Right. I don't think it make it. I don't think it grow that long or it die out.
I see this.
Yeah,
That'd be outside. You can go outside on a log right now. You'll see that one
for sure.
Now you ain't catch. Rarely you catch these outside. They be inside the house.
Right. Right.
You know, but these right here, you doomed right there.
You say you
doomed.
That's funny.
They're too small and it'd be everywhere. Just shake some salt out, roach fall out. Pepper out, roach fall out.
And so what's your advice on people if they feel like they have a problem? Should they just call Terminate? Should you try to get the hot what is that, hot spot spray?
No, first you got to see, is your house a good habitat for roaches?
Okay, what is that?
And a lot of houses are good hiding places.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff to eat.
Right.
So if it's junk and clutter and a whole bunch,
and you got crumbs and stuff all over the house, you know,
it can get it. You know, shoot, if you got ants in your house, the black ones, you just one step away from getting the roaches. Because the ants find out what is at. Because they work as a team. The roaches don't work as a team. You know,
that's funny.
So declutter your house, and the stuff at they sell at Lowe's kind of quit working lately. So get some stuff on the internet. Yeah, get stuff comes in a small bottle. That if you spray it, you got to exit the house. That's the kind of stuff you want.
Right. With a lot of chemicals. You can't even breathe it almost.
Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff you want. But first, make sure you don't have a habitat for roaches.
Gotcha.
All right, that's all I got to say, Brandon.
Yeah, that's it. That was good. That was a good little spinoff.
Now, Brandon, you said the big ones are the roach ones. To you.
But I've seen... okay, well, maybe my mom is right. Maybe it is a water bug that.
I pulled up all these roaches.
But the big one I'm talking about, it kind of looked like the first one, but it looked darker. And it might can fly. Because
all these can fly.
Well, I don't see the wings on the first one. The first one, it looked like, yeah.
Swing a broom at it and miss. Let's see what happens. let's see what happens. Oh shit. Why is the other one miss with the broom? Let's see that thing won't. So that's all I'm saying.
Lord,
Hey, we just keeping it real, bro. They got wings.
You're right.
Yeah. Or step on the wrong with a wing come up on the side. Oh, you did have wings.
You're right.
Oh
man, that's too funny.
You ain't never had a Dodge one before, brother?
Yeah, I have.
You don't have it too often, but
like I said, it'll come at an angle too.
You're right. Oh Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I haven't in this place. I haven't seen this place being existed in 2017. Haven't seen a roach in it yet.
Yeah, well, that's good. And like I say,
had some flies though got up in here one time, right. But not a roach.
Right, and gnats. You have gnats, fruit flies. That could be everywhere.
That's everywhere. You put the eggs is in the food you eat.
and right, and we talked about that one time.
Yeah. How ain't no gnats until you bring food up in here? And they just hatch.
Right. And did I tell you that? Because we moved in Georgia. We had a refrigerator down here, and one night the power went out or something, and it didn't kick back on. So
yeah, you told me that story.
All kind of bugs and stuff in there, but like you say, how did the bugs
inside the refrigerator?
Yes. I'm talking about bug city. Like we had to get a new refrigerator when we came back. But where did the bugs come from?
Inside the food, man.
Right. You're right. It's scary.
Every time you pop over some grits, you see that black speck. If you can see that black, that's probably the cockroach egg or something.
Right. And we just eat it. It just is what it is.
And by the U.S. standards, you're allowed to have 2% rat in most foods. So it could be up to 2%.
And we just eat it, but yeah.
All right, Brandon, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. You guys, thank you for watching. This was a really good episode. All ours are good. Make sure you check out some of our older stuff too. Like and subscribe, share, tell everybody about us. Follow us on our social media stuff. Louis, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Brandon wrapped it up. Check out our old videos and keep tuning in.
All right, I appreciate it. Have a good one. Ooh, that was